Good Wednesday evening, June 26th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The Wenatchee School District plans to have the now closed Columbia Elementary School building fully occupied by the 2025-26 school year. Grant County's Interagency Narcotics Enforcement Team and local law enforcement were busy at the Beyond Wonderland Festival at the Gorge last weekend. Cool and windy tomorrow with warmer temperatures and more sunshine expected for Friday and Saturday. Your local weather forecast is straight ahead. The East Cascades SWAT Team surrounded a small multi-family apartment complex in Entiat on Tuesday. Seth Bueller, Chief of Patrol for the Chelan County Sheriff's Office, said the team responded about 11 a.m. to reports of a 32-year-old Wenatchee man who was suffering a mental health crisis in his parents' home and had armed himself with a rifle. The man's parent was able to leave safely, but sheriff's deputies said they were unable to make contact with the man to ask him to surrender. Highway 97A through Entiat was shut down by the police activity for several hours, and NCWLIFE tower cameras recorded officers setting off flashbang devices. The man was in custody by 4 p.m. Police say he is barred from possessing firearms from a previous criminal conviction and may face unlawful weapons charges as a result. Wenatchee's Mental Health Crisis Center must submit to special unannounced inspections as part of a state sanction against its parent company. The Parkside Crisis Stabilization Unit will undergo 3 surprise inspections by the State Department of Health over the next year. The action stems from deficiencies in an addiction treatment center in Spokane, owned by American Behavioral Health Systems, which also owns and operates Parkside. State investigators in 2022 found the Spokane Center mishandled the cases of at least 12 substance abuse patients. Parkside is not charged with any such deficiencies, and the surprise inspections will cease if the first 2 find no problems. The Wenatchee facility has beds for 24 clients suffering from mental health crisis. The Wenatchee School District plans to have the Columbia Elementary School building fully occupied by the 2025-26 school year. On Tuesday, Superintendent Corey Callahar presented a consolidation update to the Wenatchee School Board and shared there are several ideas for how the former school site can be used, but for now, the district does not have, quote, a definitive plan for the facility. The district says it plans to keep the site for Wenatchee School District programming and use it as a tool to grow enrollment. Callahar shared the district's stakeholder long-range facilities committee shared ideas like an after-school space, a city recreational center, a building for the Valley Academy of Learning to grow. Though there will not be an occupant for the building this fall, Callahar said the district will still save $2.8 million as planned and work to ensure the building is maintained and safe. Link Transit is awarded 5 local organizations with used vans as part of their surplus van grant program. The 5 organizations awarded vans are Wenatchee Rescue Mission, Plain Food Pantry and Community Church, Cafe, Pinnacles Prep, and Chelan Teen Center. The surplus van grant program gives used vehicles to qualifying nonprofits or government agencies that contribute to community development. The van recipients are picked from applicants that undergo a thorough selection process. The vans awarded range from 5 to 11 passenger capacity, and the next round of applications will open in the spring of 2025. When we come back, the owners of Union Hill Cider Company took to Facebook last week to announce the business's official reopening after a temporary shutdown. We'll tell you when they will be back in business. And Cindy Gonzalez, owner of the Bloom Flowery, took to Instagram last week to announce that her shop would be relocating to Wenatchee Avenue. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
It's a great time to go into the medical profession. And this is the perfect place to start. because this is going to provide you that basic understanding in order to get into medical school, physical therapy school. So when you are ready to head on your career pathway, wherever it is, then you've already had some experience and say, oh, it's so cool. This is exactly what I want to do. So really, you're going to leave me with 13 college credits and a license with the state of Washington.
Headaches, neck or back pain? Been injured in a car accident, a work injury, or fall? Studies show that whiplash causes pain year after year. Your neck is supposed to be curved and acts like a spring to absorb shock, but when it's damaged, it straightens or reverses, and this causes headaches and pain. The solution is our specialized comprehensive combination care. You need our team of professionals who will address every point of your injury with very specific equipment and skill. Stop by Wenatchee or Leavenworth for a free consultation.
At Kennedy Group, we understand that buying and selling is more than a transaction, and it's more than just a house. This is where you will gather with friends and family, and where a lifetime of memories will be made. But buying a home is more than memories. Oftentimes, it's your biggest financial decision. The agents at Kennedy Group understand this and provide real estate advice based on your goals and dreams. Call us today, and let's find your happy place.
Have you noticed how expensive it is this summer to feed a family at most restaurants? Even a burger basket for 6 people can run you $60. But at Abby's, you can still feed a family of 4 to 6 for less than $26. Real value. That's one more reason we're legendary. We know what Abby's customers like on their pizza. Meat. Lots of meat. That's why this month, we're piling on the classic pepperoni, Canadian bacon, and beef. Abby's Triple Topper has the meat you love, and right now, it's on sale. Order your Triple Topper at abbys.com.
Grant County's Interagency Narcotics Enforcement Team teamed up with local law enforcement to provide enhanced security at the Beyond Wonderland EDM Festival at the Gorge Amphitheater last weekend. INET conducted 8 investigations, confiscated 2 vehicles, seized 1 firearm, and took hold of $3,000 in cash. Agency officers also collected over 1 pound of illegal drugs, including ecstasy, molly, cocaine, and fentanyl. The heightened security comes in response to last year's mass shooting, which left 2 dead and 3 injured. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says the confiscation of the firearm and large amount of illegal drugs made INET's operation a success. The owners of Union Hill Cider Company took to Facebook last week to announce the business's official reopening after a temporary shutdown. In May, Douglas County officials issued a shutdown for the tasting room as a result of violating numerous county codes, including failure to have commercial business permits and violating a temporary occupancy permit. The business says they've made the necessary changes for reopening, including adding signage to the business road and adding a second fire hydrant. The owners say they've now been issued their final permits and will reopen their doors this Thursday at 4 p.m. Cindy Gonzalez, owner of the Bloom Flowery, took to Instagram last week to announce that their shop would be relocating to Wenatchee Avenue. Gonzalez originally opened her business last September on South Columbia Street at only age 18, but she says that her business has outgrown the space very quickly. The young entrepreneur told NCWLIFE News that her handcrafted bouquets sell out almost every weekend and sold out in 15 minutes on Mother's Day this year. The flower shop will open at its new location of 14 South Wenatchee Avenue on July 12th. Coming up next, a parking garage on the corner of Columbia Street and Orondo Avenue has some color to it now thanks to a final project. More on that coming up in tonight's feature story. More wind for Thursday with improving weather Friday and Saturday. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
A
Welcome to the newest and funnest fashion boutique on Wooden, featuring mountain chic clothing and men's footwear from UGG, Brixton, Sorel, and Free People. Walk on into the Tiffany Blue Building on the second block of Wooden and check it out.
It is nearly impossible to describe what you'll find in Lush Life. It's an eclectic collection of items from around the world. See it for yourself at the corner of Wooden and Emerson.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
Hey man, how's your arm?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen's a good option for me. The risk of addiction, it's not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions, and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
Hi, I'm Mike Steele, and I've been honored to serve you as our state representative for District 12 for the last 8 years. With experience in several leadership roles in civic organizations, as well as being a lifelong resident, I've championed projects that have made a difference in our community. I plan to continue the progress we've made together.
Re-elect Mike Steele, your voice in Olympia. Together we can achieve more. Visit votemikesteele.com. Paid for by the citizens to elect Mike Steele.
A parking garage on the corner of Columbia Street and Orondo Avenue has some color to it now, thanks to a final project. Wenatchee Valley College students in the Art 141 illustration course created the mural, which is full of bright colors with botanical and geometric designs. The project was completed by 6 students with the help of instructor Ellen Brew and was designed by student Betsy Waters. In tonight's feature story, NCWLIFE News met with Waters and Brew to learn more about the project and the class.
In the spring quarter, what students are learning is all about murals. So how to take a drawing or a painting or a digital design and scale it up to a larger scale. And we do that by starting small. So we start with small drawings or sketches and then do bigger work, but on a smaller scale than what you see behind us. So we started with like a mini mural, which was creatures in corners, and they had to draw up a sketch and then transfer it onto a wall in a corner. And then we did text-based murals on an exterior wall at the college, and then they had a little bit more freedom to design any sort of representational mural that they wanted, between 6 to 8 feet tall or wide. And then for our final project, we went really large, and this is how we ended up with the mural behind us.
As we started the quarter, we started with making mood boards, and that gave me a real good direction of what I liked, where I was going, and what kind of projects I wanted to make. So as we got toward the end of the quarter, where it was time to make our final project, we all had the option to make a design for this space. We knew that this space was available and that they would be open to having a mural down here, so everyone had the opportunity to draw or create something that could go up on this wall. When I was doing the research and just kind of looking for inspiration when we were creating mood boards, I found myself being drawn over and over again to very bright, colorful designs. Some of them were just geometric, and then some of them were botanical. But I didn't see really a combination of both things, and so I kind of thought that might be a fun juxtaposition to put the two together. So something very, very structured and precise with something like organic and loose, I thought would be kind of fun.
So the size of this mural was chosen partially by what was possible in the time frame that we had. So we just had a couple weeks to complete this mural. There's ample wall space in this parking garage, so we decided to stop it at a natural stopping point based on other elements on the wall. So at the end of the mural, you'll see there's some electrical boxes and wiring, and we thought that was just a nice visual spot to stop it. But we wanted to carry it up the stairs so that when people are walking by on the sidewalk, they can kind of get a glimpse of something interesting and maybe draw them down to see the whole mural.
It was such a fun class to be a part of. It was so supportive and encouraging to be a part of this group, and just got to learn a lot of new skills and try some new things, and it was it was just the best.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Wednesday after a hot day yesterday at 90 degrees, much cooler today, and even some scattered shower activity, especially this morning around the Wenatchee Valley. Also, as we take a look outside our weather window up into Okanagan County, there's Pateros and there's Brewster. Thunderstorms up that way today as well, with some heavy rain, thunder, and even lightning up north. And it looks like we may have one more day of that. Not so much here in our area, but there will be some thunderstorms around Washington tomorrow. High temperatures in the upper 70s. And then Friday and Saturday, we will warm into the low 80s Friday. And I think for us on Saturday, since we'll see a few more clouds, we're talking high temperatures into the mid 80s. So we will definitely warm up. The wind will shut off and we'll see a little bit more sunshine. But as we move on into July, check this out. For July 1st through the 7th, temperature outlook below normal for us for that week of the 4th of July, and it looks like above normal precipitation. And once again, we're talking July 1st through July 7th, so our 4th of July weekend might not be so nice, and we'll get to more on that coming up here in a little bit. Unofficial high temperature today, 78 degrees, just 3 degrees below where we should be for this time of year at 81. And boy, just a few years ago, you probably remember it, 102 degrees back in 2021 is our record high. 60 this morning, 57 our normal low, and 45 our record low, which was set in 1976. Sun came up this morning at 5:06, and it sets for us tonight at 9:02. Getting into those Thursday temperatures now, you can see a little bit warmer for some of us, but a little bit cooler for others as well. 77 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 76 in Quincy. We'll just get to about 74 degrees tomorrow. Remember, we're going to see those windy conditions. 74 in Entiat, 75 in Chelan, and 73 for you folks, your high temperature in Kashmir. All right, tonight we do expect partly cloudy skies and still kind of some breezy conditions here in central Washington. It will be mild and about normal for this time of year, with lows tonight into the upper 50s. Getting into Thursday, we will see more of that wind right here in central Washington over into the Spokane area. We'll cool down a little bit under partly cloudy skies, some shower activities in the Cascades west of us. High temperatures on Thursday, as we just talked about, only in those mid 70s. And then our temperatures get back to normal by Friday. Mostly sunny. See a ridge of high pressure and high pressure in the central Rockies bringing some warmth to us. We'll see high temperatures on Friday, about where we should see them for this time of year at 80 degrees. And then for Saturday, even though we will see some medium and high level clouds, we are going to warm up somewhat on Saturday to kick off your weekend. We'll see temperatures in the mid 80s by Saturday afternoon. Sunday will be once again a transition day. Mostly sunny skies, and those breezes return again on Sunday. High temperatures just slightly cooler down into the lower 80s for Sunday. And then as we kick off our next work week on Monday, we are looking at mostly sunny skies. And yeah, there it is. Are you sick of this wind yet? We're going to get more of it on Monday. High temperatures then right around that 80-degree mark. And then as we jump ahead to Tuesday for next week, we will see once again a ridge of high pressure moving in. That means lots of sunshine all over the west and central part of the U.S. We'll see high temperatures on Tuesday with less wind. That'll be nice, into the lower 80s. All right, checking your 7-day forecast. 57 overnight tonight. Windy and partly cloudy for Thursday. Temperatures below normal, only at about 74. We'll warm up under mostly sunny skies on Friday to 80 degrees. A few more clouds Saturday and 84. And then once again, a couple of windy days Sunday and into Monday. Temperatures generally in the low 80s. And then better weather as our roller coaster ride continues by Tuesday. Sunny skies and seasonal with a high temperature then of 82 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports with Eric Granstrom as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
It's Click It RV's lowest price guarantee sale going on now at your neighborhood Click It RV.
Be a winner like me. and get to Click It RV.
With 0 down and no payments till October, now is the time to own your dream RV.
Get to Click It RV now. Are you gonna be mad, bro?
Get never-before deep discounts on trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and motorhomes. Plus the best selection, highest trade-in values ever, and a lifetime warranty. Nobody beats the discounts at Click It RV.
I'm Richard Sherman, and we guarantee it.
On Frontage Road.
And a happy Wednesday to you. The Mariners' rough road trip finally came to an end on a positive note today with a 5-2 win over Tampa Bay. Seattle fell behind early but rallied behind Cal Raleigh to take the lead and, despite an interesting ninth inning, hang on for the win to finish the road trip 3-6.
Ground ball, that's going to be grabbed. Nobody covering first. A race to the bag. Safe. And here comes the run in to score. Head first. Caballero across the plate. And the Rays take a 1-0 lead.
Wow.
How about that?
What was Ty France doing? You know, that was a chopper that George Kirby was clearly going to glove. And there's no one at the bag. Now, he's well off the bag. He goes for, well, he went for the ball. Kirby got it. Take a look where Caballero was. He never stops.
Caballero goes, pitch taken, first strike, throw down to second, got him, nice tag by Ryan Bliss, a great throw by Mitch Garver. Fine execution right there to shut down Tampa Bay here in the fifth. Nicely done all around. Swing to drive, there it goes, way out of here, and the Mariners have the lead. Big Cal with a home run, his ninth as a left-hander. 14th overall, takes his RBI, count to 49. Hey now!
So many times if you need something clutch to happen.
Amen, brother.
Cal's right there in the middle of it. Inner half, 422 feet.
2-2 to JP. Slicing drive, get up, yeah it does! Garver scores and flying right behind him is Canzone. 2-run, 2-out single, JP Crawford.
Ground ball, right side. They get one at second, throw to first. Not in time there. A run scores to make it 5-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out. Tony deals. Ground ball, here we go. 6, 4, 3, rack 'em! Mariners win this game.
Manager Scott Service talked about the win and to wrap up the road trip and finally head back home.
We needed to find a way to show up today and really compete. We did that, starting with George. Thought he was outstanding. I think they hit 1 ball hard off him in 6 innings. He was on top of his game. It's exactly what you need. And we didn't have much going offensively at all. A ton of credit to Julio. A 9-pitch hit back. He draws the walk. Cal gets up there, works into a good count, and then gets 1 pitch and doesn't miss it. And then the add-on runs at the end were huge. So credit to our team. I know it's been a rough trip. I sat here last night and tried to explain that the sky was not falling. This is baseball. It happens. You go up, you go down. You just have to grind through it. And when it gets hard, you got to deal with it. Getting a win here, they always end up being crazy at the end. It's just the way the Rays are wired. They never quit, and we're able to get some huge outs. It says a lot for Thorny. That's his first career save. And it's about as tough as one as you can get. So he did a great job. He just executed pitches, and Garv did a great job.
Seattle returns home Friday to begin a weekend series at T-Mobile Park against Minnesota at 6:40 on Root Sports Northwest. Well, while the Mariners were winning, Houston also winning. They finished a sweep of Colorado with a 7-1 win. That keeps the Astros 4.5 games behind Seattle in the American League West. Texas fell to Milwaukee 6-5 in 10 innings. The Rangers are now 7.5 games back of first place. The Apple Sox came from behind to beat Kelowna 7-5 last night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Voice of the Apple Sox, Joel Norman, tells us Wenatchee trailed early but used another big frame to earn yet another series win in West Coast League Baseball.
The Wenatchee Apple Sox earned their 7th consecutive victory against a North Division opponent as they earned a 7-5 win against Kelowna on Tuesday night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. The Apple Sox had to deal with an early deficit as they trailed 1-0 after the top of the first inning. They would go back and forth with the Falcons over the first few frames, and it would be a 4-4 score until the 6th inning when Jonathan Fitz delivered a 2-out, 2 RBI single to put Wenatchee in the front for good. Bryden Boyd was terrific for the Apple Sox in relief. He came on in the 4th inning and would go 4 1/3 innings, only surrendered 1 run, and struck out 4 men to pick up the victory. Wenatchee looks to earn its 3rd sweep of the summer as it faces Kelowna again on Wednesday night at 6:35 p.m. With your Apple Sox update, I'm Joel Norman.
Max Hartman had a couple of hits and scored twice, while Cannon Peary returned to the lineup with a 2-for-4 night and 3 RBI. Game time tonight set for 6:35. You can hear it with Joel on the call on Sunny FM. Well, Edmonton kept pace with Wenatchee in the West Coast League's North standings after a 2-1 win over Bellingham last night. Nanaimo beat Kamloops 8-1. Corvallis caught Cowlitz 4-3. Portland peppered Yakima Valley 15-2. Bend rounded Ridgefield 10-4. Springfield walloped Walla Walla 17-5. Redmond topped Victoria in non-league play by a final of 8-1. Wenatchee's lead remains a half game over Edmonton in the North Division. Bellingham falls to 2.5 games back with a loss last night. Victoria remains 4 games out. One more win for Corvallis and the Knights will win the first half title in the South. They have a 3.5 game lead over Portland. Bend is 5.5 games back. Well, the Wenatchee Wild is already gearing up for a second season in the Western Hockey League, and now they know whom they'll play. Wenatchee released its home schedule today as broadcaster Austin Droney dropped by Wake Up Wenatchee Valley to discuss it with Dan Kuntz.
Last year, the schedule came together a little bit later with the move to the WHL, with Winnipeg moving to Wenatchee, changing conferences, changing a lot last year at the 11th hour. So there had to be some moving around and kind of take what you get. But this year, we start in the WHL right away, part of the scheduling process from the beginning. So yeah, we're able to pick up, I think, 23 Friday and Saturday night dates and 8 Sunday games as well, which were really good for us last year. A lot of above average crowds on Sunday afternoons, and
well, it's the perfect time. They drop the puck at 4 o'clock. On Sunday afternoons, which for a lot of people works perfectly into their schedule.
It does. You're able to get home and have dinner at a decent time. The kids are able to get homework done before they go to bed. But at the same time, you're able to still have a little bit of afternoon, get some stuff done before you head to the rink, and hopefully catch us winning a hockey game that day. So 4:05 works out pretty well for the schedules, and I think it's been really well received by our fans. Obviously, the numbers seem to bear that out too.
Wenatchee begins the season September 21st at home against Seattle. You can see the home schedule on our website at NCWLIFE.com. For Wild tickets and more information, go to WenatcheeWildHockey.com. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Wednesday.
On the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, we're talking about the 2nd annual Rock Fest. That's right, 2nd annual. First one must have gone good. Jim Zumini will be joining me and the brand new head professional at the Rock Island Golf Course. We'll talk about all you need to know. This is where you want to be all day Saturday, Rock Fest in Rock Island on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.